Hello students, today I am going to talk about the lesson How I Became a Public Speaker written by George Bernard Shaw. George Bernard Shaw is an Irish playwright. He is a very famous dramatist. He has also written novels, essays, plays and reviews. So he is considered an important critic as well. He is a prominent British socialist. So one of his famous works is Pygmalion. He won a Nobel Prize in Literature in 1925. He has also written other plays like Arms and the Man, Caesar and Cleopatra. So Pygmalion is known to be a classic written by George Bernard Shaw. This is a prose titled How I Became a Public Speaker, and in this prose he explains how he was very nervous initially to speak in public and how he was able to overcome this fear of public speaking. So you might remember the prose that we learnt in the last semester, that is Shine as My Shield, written by Mahatma Gandhi. In that he details how worried he was about public speaking. So similarly here George Bernard Shaw, a very famous writer, very famous critic, very famous essayist and also novelist, he also details his experiences, how he was very nervous to speak on a public platform, but he had some techniques in his mind and he employed those techniques and he was able to overcome that fear to speak before the public. So in this essay you see that first part of the essay speaks about his early struggle overcoming the stage fright. So he had that kind of fear and also self-consciousness when he was speaking in public, when he was facing the public, but he had some technique. We'll see what the technique is. He employed that and he was able to overcome his nervousness, his anxiety to speak before the public. So first speech was a failure. He spoke before the Zoetropoetical Society and that did not benefit him much in his public speaking career. It was a failure. George Bernard Shaw is a well-known writer, but he wanted to be known as a public speaker as well. But whenever he was on stage, he was very nervous. He felt so anxious and he was so self-conscious. He was not able to speak before the public. So whenever he attempted to speak, he made a fool of himself and nobody appreciated his speech. So he was not taken aback by these kinds of responses from the public, but then he did a lot of hard work and he was very much motivated to become a famous public speaker. He wanted to become an orator and also a debater. So for that he knows that he has to do a lot of practice. So he learned public speaking from his own experiences. In the earlier attempts he failed many times. Slowly he progressed towards perfection and reached the heights of excellence. So the Zoetropoetical Society turns out to be a landmark or a milestone in his life of oratory. So that was a society in which he used to visit often, and whenever he had an opportunity to speak, he made use of that opportunity. Though he talked foolishly, he got a lot of experience, lot of practice in speaking. So he decided to join the society to become a public speaker. So in the beginning of his attempts, he was not encouraged much by the society or by the people involved in the society, because he couldn't speak properly. He couldn't express his views properly. But he was very determined to become a public speaker. He was not sad, or he didn't feel very bad about the failures. That failures did not tire him. He started practicing more and more. He started participating in all the meetings as he could, and wherever there was public meeting, he went and spoke. He didn't bother how the public responded to his speech. He just wanted to become a public speaker. That was his dream, so he worked towards that. So at the third meeting, Shah was asked to take the chair. So you can see a kind of positive response from the public. That is why he was asked to be the chair of a meeting, chairperson of the meeting. So slowly he started improving his oratory skills, and he perfected his oration techniques by hard work. He joined and delivered speeches in all the debates followed by lectures. So he started speaking in streets, in parks, in societies, wherever there is a meeting, if it is a club, if it is an association, a demonstration, whatever it is, anywhere and everywhere possible, he used to go, attend the meeting, and also speak before the public. He joined many literary associations and also debating societies, so that he gets more and more chances to speak before a lot of people. So after practicing so much, what will happen eventually? His nervousness will soon go off. So he came to be known as a socialist orator, because socialism was his important and area of interest. So he learned the art of extempore speaking by his continuous effort. First time he spoke for an hour on the topic called thieves. It was a demonstration on the effects of unearned income. So how people earn a lot of money without doing much work. So for 12 years he spoke on the topic of socialism. He never took payment for speaking. However, the provincial Sunday societies offered him money for his commutation, for his conveyance. So he started taking money only for his transportation. As an inspiration to the upcoming public speakers, Shah mentions that he acquired the technique of public speaking by practice alone. So speaking in public is something that many of our students are afraid of. So to get hold of that art, or to get rid of that glossophobia, what you have to do, you have to practice speaking in public. Whenever there is an opportunity for you to speak, you have to grab that opportunity and speak. Don't think about others' opinion and all that. If you hesitate, then you will never go and speak in public. So it is important for you to get rid of your anxiety, to get rid of your nervousness, and then face the public and speak on your own. He admits that practice cures nervousness. Preparation is very much required to be an excellent public speaker. So you can't just mug up ideas just by heart and then go and speak as it is. So that will look very odd. So you have to take that idea into yourself and then speak on your own. One cannot repeat the same facts and figures in every speech. So it requires a lot of practice, a lot of homework, and there should be novelty in the speech also. You should present everything in a new way. Shah became very selective and restricted himself only for a few important meetings. So once he got hold of that public speaking skill, what he did, he didn't go to every meeting after that. But now, he is very confident about his public speaking skill. So he started minimizing his meetings. He chose quality over quantity. Shah became very selective and he went only for important public meetings. He never forgot that he acquired the technique as a platform artist. So he used to speak on the street, he used to go for each and every meeting, because during that time for him practice was very much important. Now he knows that he is a confident speaker. So he doesn't want to go and attend every meeting as it is. So he chose only to speak before certain important audience. His excellence in public speaking was seen until his retirement from the personal performance in 1941. So he was then 85 years old. Till then he enjoyed speaking in public. So some of the key speeches and debates are mentioned here. All these were very successful speech. One was made at the Trafalgar Square, second was in Fabian Society, and third one was in Hilaire Belloc. So these three can be identified as key speeches and debates made by George Bernard Shaw. So these are the lessons learned from this particular prose, that is how I became a public speaker. Shah gives a few advices, pieces of advice for the speakers. That is, you have to find your own voice, you have to develop your own unique style, you need to know your audience, you have to tailor your speech according to the interest of the audience, and you should not be very afraid. So you have to overcome that fear then and be fearless. And most important is that you have to practice public speaking tirelessly. Whenever there is an opportunity, you have to get hold of that opportunity and speak as many times as possible. So his speech has a powerful impact on people, and whatever he spoke was very much relevant, and he stands as an inspiration for even the future generations. Thank you, students.